from the moment your eyes land on it. The 1967 Camaro speaks a language of boldness and precision. Its design wasn't an afterthought, it was a message. A long, sculpted hood stretched confidently forward, balanced by a short rear deck that emphasized speed. Even at a standstill, this shape wasn't just for looks. It tapped into the psychology of motion. Our brains associate length and proportion with power. Chevrolet engineers knew that. They made sure the Camaro looked fast before it even moved. Every curve had purpose. The body lines flowed with intention, giving the car a wide, aggressive stance. From the low-slung roof to the contoured fenders, the Camaro looked muscular but balanced. It projected confidence, and that did something important too. It made drivers feel like they owned the road, whether they were stopped at a light or flying down an open highway. But the real beauty of the 1967 Camaro came in the details. The RS package added a touch of mystery with hidden headlights and revised taillights. The SS model brought raw performance to the surface with bold badges, hood vents, and an unmistakable front grille. And then there was the Z/28, a subtle, rare, and built to win on the track. Every version of the Camaro had its own personality, but all shared the same DNA: strength, style, and speed. Step inside, and the story continues. The cockpit wasn't just designed for driving, it was designed for the driver. A deep-set dashboard, round gauges, and tactile controls created an environment of control and connection. It was analog in the best way. No screens, no distractions, just machine and man. For car lovers, that meant focus, and focus breeds emotion. Drivers didn't feel like they were using the car, they felt like they were part of it. Even the materials told a story: a durable vinyl, brushed metal, and hand-fitted parts that gave it a sense of craftsmanship. Nothing felt generic. It all felt personal. That connection, that sense of control and individuality, is why the 1967 Camaro remains burned into the memory of anyone who sat behind its wheel. Beneath the bold design of the 1967 Camaro lived the real heartbeat: a raw, unapologetic performance. Chevrolet didn't just build a beautiful machine, they gave it muscle to back up the attitude. Engine options were wide-ranging, designed to satisfy both casual cruisers and hardcore gearheads. The base model started with a reliable inline-six, but the soul of the Camaro lived in its V8s. Buyers could choose anything from the 327 small block to the fire-breathing 396 big block. That meant horsepower ranging from just over 200 to nearly 400. The most aggressive versions weren't just faster, they were feral. They delivered instant torque, deep rumble, and that physical jolt that muscle car lovers crave. It wasn't about smoothness, it was about sensation. Every start of the engine was a ritual, every press of the pedal a release. Performance wasn't just numbers, it was an experience. The SS package brought heavy-duty suspension, power brakes, and thicker stabilizers, giving the car real handling muscle to match the straight-line speed. And for those who knew what they were looking for, the Z/28 was a hidden weapon, understated in appearance, but equipped with a high-revving 302 small block V8. It was engineered for one thing: domination in the SCCA Trans Am Racing Series. Light, balanced, and brutally responsive, the Z/28 gave skilled drivers a direct connection between their instincts and the asphalt. On the road, the Camaro delivered the kind of emotional feedback that defined the muscle era. The vibration through the steering wheel, the growl through the floorboards, the sensation of raw mechanical power. It wasn't just driving, it was living. And that's what makes this car unforgettable. People didn't memorize horsepower numbers, so they remembered the way it made them feel. For many, it was the first time a machine felt alive. Psychologists often say that memory ties strongest to emotion. That's why decades later, the roar of a first-generation Camaro still stirs something deep. It wasn't about transportation, it was about transformation, turning ordinary drivers into something more, even if just for a moment.